Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you have had a great weekend and that you are relaxing, getting ready for your Monday, whatever it is that you may do. Today, as you could probably tell by the title, are my top 12 drugstore makeup products. I don't have something in every category, but I do have something in a lot of categories. I thought that I would give you some of my favorite products so that if you were in the market looking for, something that is still good quality but not as expensive as Sephora may sell or some of the Ulta sections, because I know that sometimes drugstore makeup is still so good and there's so many finds out there that sometimes are looked over because they aren't advertised or because they aren't on the frontline shelf or whatnot. So I thought I would go ahead and run through my favorites with you and give you some ideas on some things that you could go out and try yourself and see if you want to add it to your makeup collection, and just give you my thoughts on some of the really great products out there that are more on the drugstore side. So if you are interested in hearing about my top 12 favorite drugstore products, then go ahead and just keep watching. I don't know about you guys, but this weather, I don't know what states you all live in, but this weather in Utah is rough, man. I get such bad watery eyes when it goes into warmer weather, and I know it's probably just the allergies or something, but it's been rough today with my makeup. I had to really tone it down and not wear any eyeliner or anything on my under eyes except mascara because my eyes have just been mad watering. I don't know, guys, leave me a comment down below if you guys get that same kind of allergy and what you do about it. 9 times out of 10, the Sustained Balance Drops, they'll work for me because I'm a contact wearer, but whew, today was rough. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into the video. I'm going to start from the first product you put on your face to maybe the last product you put on your face, and like I said, I don't have something in every category. Some things I don't use from the drugstore, or I may use it but I don't have any at the moment, or I don't have that product in front of me. I don't think I have a blush product and I don't have a bronzer product, but there are so many good ones out there. I know Physicians Formula has such great products. The butter bronzer and the butter blush are amazing products, and if you are in the market for looking for a drugstore bronzer or a drugstore blush, I would definitely check out the Physicians Formula. Anyway, so first things first, I'm going to go ahead and start with my favorite drugstore primer. I have to say the Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser Primer is my favorite primer. This is by Maybelline. It is very similar to all of the other high-end primers that have that silicone consistency, and it is a great pore filler. It doesn't, your foundation sits nicely on it. It doesn't spread throughout the day or crease your foundation throughout the day. I really find that this primer is comparable to the high-end primers, if not better than some of them. I love this primer. I wear it on the daily. If I don't want to use a higher end primer like my Tarte, this guy right here, or my Benefit Professional, I will just dip into this guy and it does the same job as the other two I mentioned. So this is the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser, and it just says smooth on to areas with visible pores. That's all it says on the back on the application tip, and it's just an Instant Pore Eraser by Maybelline. And then the next thing I'm going to go with is a foundation. You guys have heard me mention this in a couple of my other videos. My favorite drugstore foundation, I think, does amazing things. It is so wonderful, and I don't know, I just think that there's something about it. It is as comparable as some of the other foundations out there, whether you're looking at drugstore or high-end. I know that you can compare this one to the Urban Decay All Nighter foundation, and this is just my Revlon airbrush. It's a photo ready. I am in the number 001 Ivory, and this is a full coverage foundation. It does an amazing job on my skin particularly, and this is more for normal to dry skin, but I find that even when I'm a little bit oilier in my T-zone, which I don't get very often, this doesn't slip and slide all over the place. And again, it is a full coverage foundation. I do recommend this if you're looking for a full coverage foundation that is similar to a thicker consistency. That's what you're gonna find in this, and it's one of the best foundations out there. I really feel like Revlon has an amazing line of products, and I use a lot of their stuff, and this foundation is one of my very, very favorites. The next product I'm going to mention is a concealer. I didn't mean to mention Maybelline again, but this is just a really great concealer that I've used. I think I only use the Maybelline concealers. I like the Fit Me concealer. I've used CoverGirl a couple times, but this concealer, the Better Skin concealer, this is one of my favorite Drugstore. It is Super Stay. It's a concealer and corrector, and it's oil free. I'm in the color, let's see, Ivory number 10, and this is a really great lightweight concealer because the photo finish is a little bit more heavier, the foundation. I find that if you put another concealer on it that's a little bit heavier, like a high-end concealer, Kat Von D or the Tarte Shape Tape, it's going to feel heavy on your skin. So this is a really good, still full coverage concealer, but more lightweight, more thinner consistency. So again, this is by Maybelline, and it is the Better Skin Concealer, and I am in the number 10 Ivory. This doesn't crease. It doesn't break apart throughout the day. It doesn't slide all over the place, especially when you set it with a powder. But this guy has just been my tried and true for the last couple weeks. I think I've even used it in a few tutorials that I'm going to post this week. My best Drugstore concealer. The next thing I'm going to talk about is a powder. It is not an all-over face powder. If you're looking for an all-over face powder that is translucent, I would go with the number 7. That's a really great alternative to the Laura Mercier powder. But the one I'm going to talk about, I've also used in many of my videos. It is the NYX Banana Powder. It's the HD powder. Yeah, it's an HD finishing powder, and it's in the color Banana. This is a almost like pure dupe for Anastasia Beverly Hills powder, which I've mentioned in another video as well. But this is like, I don't know, one of the best under eye powders I have found that actually works and that brightens and does the job, mattifying your skin to the point where there's no flashback, there's no creasing, it doesn't set into your pores. This guy is like, I don't know, $7.99, $8.99, and it's one of the best powders I have found ever. Sorry if you guys are hearing noises around. My family's like walking around getting ready for bed and stuff, so. Alright, the next item I want to talk about is a contour stick. I don't know why, but I've been so into contouring lately with creams. Normally I just kind of bronze my face and I'm good to go. But this guy, this NYX Mineral Stick Foundation, I use this for contouring. I'm in the number, so it's MSF 9. This is like a caramel, it's actually called caramel. This is a, you know, one of the best contour sticks I have found ever. I've used Bobbi Brown. I've used Makeup Forever. I've used so many contour sticks, you guys, that are actually contour sticks, and I find that this one is not only the right color, it sets really well. It doesn't look like when you put powder over it doesn't look like you have a big, you know, streak of poop on your face. It is phenomenal. So this again is the NYX or NYX. It's actually a mineral stick foundation, and this is in the color Caramel. And I know so many people who use this as an actual contour stick. So my best contour stick, NYX Mineral Foundation. Alright, the next thing I'm going to talk about is an eye primer. I wanted to try to stay with like stuff you could get just at the drugstore, but I couldn't find an eye primer that I love that wasn't online. So this is the BH Cosmetics eye primer. It's in the color Malt. This is a smooth canvas primer, and this is actually a dupe, which I've mentioned before, for MAC's Soft Ochre Paint Pot. And this is what I use every single day. I don't use a high-end primer. I don't use, I mean, sometimes I'll use like a Too Faced primer or the Air Patrol by Benefit, but 9 times out of 10 I reach for this guy. And again, this is Smooth Canvas Primer by BH Cosmetics, and this is in the color Malt. I have found my eyeshadows last so long with this. They don't crease. They go on so smoothly and so buttery with this on my eyelid first. I really love this primer, and again, it's something that I reach for over my high-end eye primer. So if you're looking for an inexpensive eye primer, I think this is like $6. I recommend going with the BH Cosmetics Smooth Canvas Eye Primer. Alrighty, the next thing I'm going to mention is a palette. I wanted to try to find something that I could tell you guys in this category, just because so many times we're looking for eyeshadows or we're looking for an actual palette, and I am not a fan of very many eyeshadows by the drugstore. I like ColourPop, and those are drugstore prices, but the one palettes I have found that are phenomenal are the Milani palettes. This one is in the color 02 Bare Necessities. It has Bare Contour Lid, Crease, Specialty, and Liner shades. So it just gives you this little box right here, and it gives you like some ideas on what you could do for the eyes. But let me just swatch a couple of these colors. Like this is the dark, the brown matte shades. I mean, that is like phenomenal swatching for a drugstore palette. And then you have like the gold shade that's in the palette, and that's so good too. That's really, really a good color. And then I'll just do like the, maybe like the other shimmer shade in here. So that's the other shimmer shade. And they're just phenomenal. I mean, you can see, guys, the pigmentation on these is really, really good for a drugstore palette. I think this is like maybe $8.99. This is the Milani Bare Necessities Everyday Eyes Eyeshadow Collection Palette. I do think it comes with a brush, but I misplaced it, so that's kind of another perk. Alright, the next thing I'm going to go with is a lip product. This is a lip scrub by Milani. I do believe this is new. I picked up their primer too, but I think I'm going to return it. I'm not a huge fan. It says that it illuminates. It's this guy right here. So it's the Prime Light by Milani, and it's a strobing and pore minimizing, and it's oil free. I'm not a fan, guys. I don't think it does the job. I don't think that it illuminates, and I don't think that it is pore minimizing. So I would say clear that one. But the one thing I do like from Milani, in addition to that palette, is what I just mentioned, the Milani Keep It Sweet Sugar Lip Scrub. They do have two. They have, I believe, like a conditioner, and I can't remember, guys. I know this one is an exfoliator. So this says apply a small amount with finger and gently scrub lips to buff away dry flakes, and then you tissue it off. There's two different kinds, I know that for a fact, but I got this one, which is the Keep It Sweet one. It's a sugar lip scrub because this was specific to exfoliating and conditioning. So I can't quite remember what the other one was for, but I really find that this one does a really, really great job. I've been using this every morning when I wake up. I'm going to be posting some tutorials that I've used this in and kind of mention it in my videos. So I know a lot of the time lip scrubs are hard to find in the drugstore. I don't think very many people make them. I think you do have to find that, like Bliss or Sephora has one. There's one by, there's like some sugar scrubs from Origins and things like that. But this is like one of the first sugar scrubs I have found in the drugstore. Let me know in the comments section if you have found another one, because I'm interested in trying it. But this is like $8.97 at Walmart, and it smells really, really good. And it comes in like a big tube. I mean, it's really, really, it's 0.42 ounces, so 12 grams. That's a really good size for a drugstore. Alright, I'm gonna just go ahead and keep with the lip products. I love, love, love the NYX Butter Glosses. These are so good, and they're like $3.99, $4.99, something like that. I mean, they're not like liquid lipsticks or anything, but they are, you know, really nice glosses. I love these. They go great on the lips. They have great pigmentation. I have three colors. So I have one in Madeline, one in Creme Brulee, and one in Tiramisu. And these are excellent, like, alternatives for higher end glosses. One of them is so dirty, but I find that these just glide on well. I mean, they're not like long lasting or anything, but if you're just looking for like a lip conditioner. So I just did a couple of swatches right here. They're not the best swatches in the world. There's a ton of videos all over YouTube about these and the colors, and people do swatches and talk about them, but I'm a really big fan of these just as kind of like a conditioner. You know, you want a little bit of color, you want a little bit of moisturizer. These are going to do the job. Yeah, they're my favorite kind of drugstore conditioner. I like lip glosses from the drugstore, but I'm not a huge fan, and I think I mentioned that in another video, like my makeup tag or something like that, my makeup questions tag, but these are actually really good products. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to mention is an eyeliner. I haven't found very many eyeliners that I do like from the drugstore. I have a really bad eye allergy to a lot of different eyeliners, but this bad boy, let me tell you guys, this is better than my Kat Von D liner. Okay, and that's like a lot. That's saying a lot. So this is actually like $3 or something. It's the Skinny Tip Eyeliner by Wet n Wild. It's the Mega Slim eyeliner. It is completely matte, and it just is amazing. Look, you guys. I mean, it's really good. You can get a thick line or you can get a thin line with that, but it is amazing. I love this guy. I use it every day. I do have an NYX or a NYX eyeliner too, similar to this, but the marker is a little bit thicker on the end. So I like this one because I can really get into like my corners or my lashes when I'm trying to fill it in to make sure that there's no spaces. This is a really great product and it's cruelty free, so I'm okay with putting it on my eyes. Like right now my contacts are going crazy, but not because of this, because of the weather. And I feel like this actually stays put when my eyes are watery. It's phenomenal. Phenomenal. So again, this is in black, obviously. So it's a skinny tip mega slim eyeliner by Wet n Wild. And then I have two more things for you. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the setting spray. I believe this is new as well. This is the Milani Make It Last setting spray. They also have another one for more of like a dewy look. This is the matte one. It says directions are to hold a bottle 8 to 10 inches away from face and spray in zigzag formation. Do not spray directly into eyes. So it's a 3-in-1. It primes, corrects, and sets. It's up to 16-hour wear, lightweight spray, locks in makeup, and keeps color from fading and settling into creases. I mean, it smells good, and like the spray is really thick. I don't know if I would say it's 16 hours, but I would say that it does keep my makeup looking really nice for a long time. I want to test it out maybe one day if it is actual 16 hours. I would say it's like a good maybe like half that, maybe like 9 or 10 hours. But this is a really, really good setting spray. I do also like the Maybelline and L'Oreal setting sprays. Those are really good. And also the Physicians Formula spray is really good. But I have found this guy to be, I mean, I've had this for a few days and I'm barely even, you know, it barely even looks used. So I would definitely say if you're looking for a setting spray that is a great quality and a good cost, this would be a great deal. I think the L'Oreal one and the Maybelline one are like $13, $14.99, and this one is only $9.99, and it is excellent. I mean, it's one of the best setting sprays I think I've ever used, and it's from the drugstore. And Milani is a really great brand, you guys. I mean, they're a phenomenal company. I don't know what is in their makeup. I don't know what their, you know, what they use in it, but it is some of the best stuff that I've tried at the drugstore. So one of my favorite makeup setting sprays is the Make It Last by Milani. And then last but not least is my favorite makeup item anytime, like high-end, drugstore, anything. I mean, I love it. I love highlights. Love them. And my favorite drugstore highlight, and there's a lot, like there's actually some really good highlighters out there, and I'm surprised because it's hard to make a good highlight. Makeup Revolution is another drugstore brand who has really great highlighters, but my favorite, and this is so hard to find, and there's two. So this Wet n Wild highlighter is wonderful. This one is in Precious Petals, and it's more of like a champagne gold. Oh, it's so beautiful. I guess it's more of like a gold. And then this one is in Crown of My Canopy. Sorry, I lost a nail, so. And this one is more of like a pink gold. So you can see there's a big difference there, but this one's my favorite, you guys. I love it. Like, it's so good. They're both really, really, really good highlighters, like really good highlighters, but I love the Precious Petals. I love it. It's one of the best highlighting powders I think out there in the drugstore, and it's by Wet n Wild, so I think it's maybe like $3, $4. Precious Petals one is really hard to find because so many people want this one. The Crown of My Canopy is really easy to find. It's kind of everywhere, well, particularly in Walmart, but this one I probably had to wait months for. I mean, I was looking for it and looking for it and looking for it and couldn't find it. I wanted to go to check out the new Milani stuff at the Walmart by my work, and I spotted this and I was like, oh, I gotta pick it up. So my favorite, ooh, that was a good catch. So my favorite highlighter from the drugstore is Wet n Wild. So if you have a darker skin tone, I would recommend picking up the Crown of My Canopy. If you have a lighter skin tone like mine, I would do the Precious Petals. That's what I have on now, and even like I'm getting ready for bed after this, and it's lasted all day long. I think I put my makeup on at like 11 this morning, and these are just phenomenal as far as how long they last and the quality and the pigmentation. So there are my highlighters. Alright guys, that is it. Those are my top 12 drugstore products. I hope that this video helps you decide on products that you may be looking for, maybe helping to get your makeup collection up a little bit. I would not tell you guys about a product if I didn't truly like it. I would not give you my thoughts or, you know, put it in a favorites video of mine if I didn't like it. These are products that I honestly truly use every day, or as much as possible, that I really, really love. Really like to just give this advice to you guys as a woman who is looking for inexpensive products as well, but something of good quality. So I hope that that kind of gives you a little insight into what my likes are and some things that I really appreciate as far as drugstore makeup. I am hoping to go ahead and continue with this segment. I'm probably next week going to do maybe like a half drugstore side of my face and a half high-end side of my face, just so you guys can see maybe some different products that are very, very similar, do the same thing, and last just as long. Let me know in the comment section if that's something you would like to see. I also want to do a palettes substitute Sundays video, so I'm hoping that I can get that one going as well, where I show you palettes that are drugstore or a dupe for something else. I may also just do like my top 5 palettes, my top 10 palettes. Let me know if you're interested in that as well. Otherwise, that's all I have to say, guys, or I'm gonna keep rambling and rambling and rambling. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I really appreciate you spending time with me. Remember to hit that subscribe button, you guys, and give me a thumbs up if you like these kinds of videos. Go ahead and hit that like button if you are interested in seeing more videos like this. And if you're interested in finding out when I upload a video, which I try to do 2 to 3 times a week, then go ahead and hit that notification bell. Just live it up, right? Live like no one is watching, that whole saying thing. I think it's a great saying. Remember, my biggest message to you is don't ever let anybody tell you that you have to be something that you don't want to be. Mwah. See you guys later. Bye.